Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Ramon. I'm a college student at Middle Tennessee State University, and I am majoring in exercise science. I'm officially 4 months into my fitness and weight loss journey, and this is the start to my official fitness YouTube channel. And I know exactly what you guys are thinking, just 4 months in, pretty fat dude, I think it's a little too early to be starting a fitness YouTube channel. But I want you guys to hear me out. I know there's a lot of amazing and motivational fitness YouTubers out there. But one thing I want to do a little different is that, sometimes a lot of these YouTube channels will have their journeys and their progress 2 to 3 years out. I want to show you guys on a monthly or bi-weekly basis of all my progress of my fat loss and muscle building journey, my fitness journey, career journey, everything. And that's something that's going to be very rewarding, but also I think very difficult at the same time, because you guys are going to be with me, not only with my ups, but also my downs and my failures. But I also hope to inspire some viewers out there, who are downing themselves, thinking, I can't do this or I can't do that. I want to show you on a monthly basis that you can do this and you can do that. Regardless of where you're coming in fitness wise, I think anything is achievable with consistency. And guys, my main thing is just going to be transparency. I know I might not be the most qualified person to give anyone advice or tell anyone what to do, fitness related, but I'm just going to share with y'all, the things that I do and that I've realized have succeeded, at least for me. And then whether or not you just have to try it out, it's totally up to you. But like I said, with me updating y'all monthly and bi-weekly, I'm gonna share with y'all a lot of the things that I do and what works for me best. Before we start everything, I kind of want to share with you guys a little bit about my beginnings and how I got to where I am today, and where I want to be and things of that nature, and just kind of give you guys a brief little summary about myself and kind of I guess open up the door to this channel. Growing up, I had always been a pretty big kid. I was usually the biggest kid in my classroom. I didn't care too much about sports and much less about my health. I had such unhealthy eating habits. It was just constant fast food and sugary drinks. And I really didn't start playing sports until about seventh grade, when I started playing football. Um, and that just continued. And I was wearing a 2X when I was 13 years old. And I just didn't, I don't know if I didn't care or if I had always covered it up, because I was always a pretty funny kid in school. Um, but high school rolled around and I had joined the lacrosse team, and something about lacrosse, I just loved the sport so much, and I wanted to be the best um, athlete I could be and the best lacrosse player I could be. And one day something in my head just clicked, and I was tired of being overweight and I wanted to be the absolute best lacrosse player I could be. So I started running every day, and I changed up my eating habits drastically, just like out of the blue. And the only thing I would eat for like a solid month and a half, maybe 2 months, was probably chicken, like one chicken breast, some lettuce, and like half a tomato, like a day for a solid 2 months, or month and a half. But it was incredibly unhealthy, but it I just lost so much weight so drastically. And I became a way better athlete just because I had dropped so much weight. I was faster, much more agile. Um, Everything was just different. I started to get the attention of girls more, which honestly, at that age will get you pretty riled up. Um, and it just drove me. All the combination of those things just drove me to keep on wanting to, become better. I would wake up in the morning and do sprints. I would come home and run. I would go to practice, and after that, um, I would come home and do like sit-ups and push-ups or whatever. And then pretty soon I had gotten a gym membership at one of our local golds, and I started hitting the weights pretty aggressively. I had bulked up a lot of muscle, and that was my first real introduction to lifting, and I just loved it, and I think I was in love with fitness way before I knew it. To me, it was just I was just becoming a better athlete, but I think I had really fallen in love with seeing the progression I was making through fitness. And then high school ended, and unfortunately, I didn't end up with any kind of scholarship through lacrosse. I had gotten a lot of looks, but unfortunately, I don't know if it was a mixture of me just starting late, not having, developed pretty well, or a lot of raw talent and, not a lot of fundamental skills. But, I graduated from high school, and I started working as a manager at a sneaker store, where I had worked at through high school. And I also got introduced to college, and, between working 40 hours a week and also being a full-time college student, plus a combination of, a social life and, going to parties and drinking and stuff like that, I had completely forgotten about the thing that made me the happiest for these past few years. I had lost control of my weight. I lost control of my eating habits. I started partying way too much, becoming almost like a weekly, to every other day type of deal. And, next thing I know, I blink and it's my sophomore year of college. I look down at the scale and I'm 260 pounds. And in my head, I'm just blind to it because, to me, like, I've gone through a bigger change before. I can lose this weight. It's not a problem right now. And, I blink again, I look down at the scale and I'm 270. I think the scale's wrong. I blind myself to the truth that's standing in front of me. I'm wearing a 2X and I just can't believe it. I blink again and I'm 300 pounds. I'm like depressed. I have no motivation. I used to have really high aspirations. Like I wanted to be a regional manager for the company I worked with. And I just had no drive to work. I had no drive to really go to class. Like all I wanted to do is, be a couch potato and do nothing, which was completely different from the person that I actually am. And then something in me snapped, similar to what happened when I was in high school. I got back into the gym. I started running again. I started cleaning up my eating habits, and my motivation, my drive, my energy started slowly coming back. I realized that I fell in love with fitness all over again. And the cool thing about this experience that I'm going through right now is that, I have been in, a spot very similar to this when I was growing up, and I was able to take care of it. And, I had lost so much weight, and now I'm in this similar spot, except the difference now is that I know it's possible. So if I were to give up now, I have no backbone and I'm a quitter compared to somebody back then that just did it and it happened, and then there was no promise of it happening. But now that I know that it's possible, I want to come back as the best version of myself, aesthetically, athletically, mentally, everything. And this journey is something that I'm super excited about, and I'm excited to bring you guys along with me. And everything I do, you guys will be with me through it. And I'm excited to hear about your stories, and I'm hoping you guys like mine.